200,000 years ago, beauty was not a survival trait. Fear was. At dawn, the valley breathed mist like a living thing. Cold air crawled along stone and bone, and from within the fog emerged figures that would unsettle modern eyes. They were human, but only barely. Narrow shoulders hunched forward, long arms swung low, faces jutted outward with heavy brows and flattened noses. Their skin clung tight to sharp ribs and knotted muscle, skinny and starved, not covered in fur, but scarred and weathered like old leather left too long in the sun. They were ugly by today's standards, and that ugliness kept them alive. The tribe called themselves nothing. Names were a luxury of safety, and safety had not yet been invented. They moved silently, barefoot on frozen earth, eyes always scanning. Hunger ruled them. Hunger shaped their bones, their thoughts, their gods. Every morning began with the same question, unspoken but understood by all. Who will eat today and who will not? At the center walked Koro. Koro was not the strongest. His arms were thin, his legs bowed from years of running and malnutrition. His face was carved from stone by a careless hand. Uneven, asymmetrical, with a crooked jaw that never quite closed properly. But Koro had something rare. He remembered. When others charged at danger, Koro paused. When others chased prey until it collapsed, Koro watched the wind. His mind lingered where others' instincts burned and vanished. That made him dangerous. And in this world, danger decides leadership. The tribe's ruler was Gron, a massive male whose chest was broad and scarred from old victories. Gron believed power came from the force alone. His fists settled disputes. His teeth ended arguments. Under Gron, the tribe survived, but barely. Children died often. The weak were left behind without ceremony. Fear kept order, but fear also blinded. This morning, Gron raised his arm. The tribe froze. Ahead, through the thinning fog, grazed giant antelope. Fast, powerful, deadly when cornered. A single misstep could break a leg. A broken leg was a death sentence. Gron grinned. He signaled the charge. The hunters lunged forward, shouting, flinging stones, driving the herd toward a narrow ravine. It was a familiar tactic. It was also reckless. The antelope scattered faster than expected. One turned suddenly, horns flashing. A young hunter, barely more than a boy, was lifted from the ground and thrown against rock. His neck snapped with a sound no one would forget. Gron roared in fury. Koro did not look at the body. He looked at the ravine, at the wind. By the way, the animals had escaped. He understood something Gron did not. The world was changing. Seasons were growing harsher. Prey was learning. Strength alone was no longer enough. That night, the tribe huddled in darkness, gnawing on scraps. No fire warmed them. Fire was a rumor, a monster stolen from lightning. Feared more than understood. Shadows danced across their distorted faces, making them look even less human, more like creatures pulled halfway from the earth. Gron ate first. Always. Koro watched children lick grease from stones. He watched mothers stare at empty hands. He watched death waiting patiently beyond the ring of bodies. And something shifted inside him. The next day, Gron led another hunt, another failure, another injury. That night, Koro did something unthinkable. He disobeyed. While the tribe slept, Koro took two others and followed the scent of smoke drifting from the far hills. Smoke meant fire. Fire meant danger or power. They found it after dawn. A tree struck by lightning still smoldered, glowing like the eye of a god. One companion fled immediately, shrieking in terror. The other froze, trembling. Koro stepped forward. Heat bit his skin. Sparks burned holes into his palms. Pain screamed through his nerves. But Koro did not retreat. He fed the glow. Branches, leaves, bone. The fire lived. When Koro returned, carrying the flame like a captive son, the tribe recoiled in horror. Gron stood and roared, raising his fists. but the fire answered louder. The antelope they cooked that night fed everyone. Children slept full for the first time in memory. Braun felt the power shift immediately. Strength no longer ruled alone. Knowledge had arrived. Braun tried to crush Koro. He charged him before dawn, fists swinging, teeth bared. Koro did not fight back. He stepped aside. Braun stumbled into the fire. Not deep, not long, but enough. The mighty leader screamed, skin blistering, fear overtaking rage. The tribe watched in silence. The strongest had fallen, not to muscle, but to understanding. No one helped Braun. No one needed to. Leadership changed that day. Not with ceremony, not with words. Simply with who the tribe followed when they moved. They followed Koro. Years passed. Faces grew thinner, then fuller. Children survived. Tools improved. Fire spread. Those ugly, ape-like humans, skinny, scarred, hunched, began something that would echo for millennia. They still looked monstrous, but they were becoming something else. Humanity did not begin with beauty. It began with memory, with learning, with the courage to endure pain for a future no one else could yet imagine. And here is the irony history leaves us. The ugliest humans ever to walk the earth gave birth to everything we now call civilization. Their faces would frighten us today, but without them, there would be no us at all.